Angela.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
What's up?
I am doing great. So I actually do have a question today. I think I made a rookie mistake, but maybe not. Like everything you're saying today is exactly what I'm going through on this deal. So I went for the no, and the ARV on this is 456. I offered 280. They counter offered. Then I went up a little bit, and then they counter offered again. I got it under contract for 370. And the only reason that I went with 370 and said okay is because it has a new roof, it has a new HVAC, it has new paint, new flooring, new everything. And then my cash buyer that bought my first house, I sent it to him and he's like, he shot me down. I was like, maybe I got this through wrong. So I'm so glad that you guys are talking about what you're talking about today, because I am now way overthinking this going, oh my God, what did I get into? But I cold called. This would be a perfect rental for somebody. Obviously, it doesn't need to be fixed. Everything's already done. There's a little bit of fixing that could be done, but not.
That's every house.
Yeah. And so I cold called this morning. Well, I got this under contract 2 days ago, so I've been cold calling for the last 2 days. I got a hold of a guy that has 8 properties, so I'm assuming he knows what he's doing. And he's interested. He was headed into a meeting. He's told me to send everything to him. So we'll see what he says. But my question on this is, it's listed on Zillow. It does say it's pending now, obviously, because I have it under contract. But it's listed at 397, and I'm trying to, that's what my first guy said. Hey, it's listed at 397. I'm not going to give you 4 for it when, I could have paid less for it from them. So how do I've never done one that's on market, so maybe that's the issue, because it is an on the market house, but how do I get around the fact that they have it listed, even though it says pending, it shows 397
on the MLS?
Yeah, well, on like Zillow and Redfin and yes.
So this is an on-market property, just clarifying.
Yes.
With a realtor?
Yes.
Okay, and you have it locked up for what?
370.
Was it always locked up with a real? Was this always on the MLS when you reached out to it?
Yes.
So you're telling me, I just want to make sure. What's the listing price?
They have it listed at 397.
397, and you offered 370 on this property?
I offered 280 to begin with, and then we counter offered back and forth. And then the only reason in my brain, I'm still new at this, but the only reason in my brain that I was like, well, I could do 370 because it has a brand new roof, a brand new HVAC, brand new paint, flooring. They've done all the updates. So
what's the listing price one more time? I just want to
397.
Okay, this is the big thing. All right, so at freewholesaling.com, we have an MLS wholesaling course.
Yes.
And I made it for you. The first thing I tell about a course is, why do people go with cash sometimes when it comes to off market? Because they don't want to pay 6% with the realtor fee and with the title company. Now, roughly when it comes to real estate transactions, if I'm going to sell a house on the MLS, it's going to cost me 10 to 12% of the listing price to sell it, right?
Correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I can get a all cash offer for less than that and they pay for everything, that's a steal for me, right? You literally offered, let me minus that by
where did
one.
the 480 number come from? That's what's confusing
you offered the property, you got a 6.8% discount on the house. That's really bad.
Where's 480 come from, Lo?
Yeah, the 480, I don't do that.
That's the comps, the ARV.
Here's the thing. That's your ARV. There's only one comp that I care about the most, the free market. The free market has determined it's not worth that price. The free market has determined.
And guys, when a property's out on the market, especially MLS, FSBO, everything, if it was worth 480 and they put it at 399, it would be gone in in like 10 seconds. It's the free market is the ultimate dictator of value. So Angela, this is very interesting because it's like somebody's got ESP here, because the first thing we talked about was what? Don't panic when you get your first cash buyer. Then we talked about multiple property discounts, which I already gave you and now earlier I talked about, before I talked to you about, don't let the when somebody puts a property on the market, don't let that be your final influence. And so the problem is when it's on open market, how long was it on the market for total, Angela? Did you see how many days on market?
I can look it up. I didn't write that down. I think
look it up while we're talking.
Yeah, look it up real quick because
the longer is the worst.
Yeah,
I can only guess. Look, tell me what's the day on market. One thing I do want to tell you is on a free wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com.
114 days.
Yeah. You know why? Do you know how many days a listing agreement's for? That was probably a 120-day listing agreement.
The realtor's motivated, but like
money.
But here's the deal. On that type of deal, Angel, we're here to help you out, not scold you, okay?
Oh, no, I know.
I reach for those type of deals when I know I got a cash buyer in my back hip and I'm basically minimizing all my risk. Because if you got to throw the 480 out the window, because they probably dropped $399, probably wasn't their first listing price, right?
From what I can see, it is.
Okay.
Crazy seller.
So that, just to let you know, so when after a property's been on the market like 3 to 4 weeks and nobody makes an offer, it means something's wrong. Like that's just how the market works. And so I like to use the market and leverage people. I go, listen, you got a property that's been on the market 100 days. You've done multiple price decrease. How bad do you guys want to get rid of this? And that's where I go after the realtor for motivation. The problem is the realtor is not motivated. Like they're just motivated to get the property sold. That is it. So you have to leverage them to get, this is why on market properties, they are difficult.
But Angela, let me just give you a simple rule here. You didn't follow the rule we had at freewholesaling.com. On the MLS wholesaling course, I include, as some of that wholesales on the MLS, not a ton, but 6 figures still every single year on MLS wholesaling. And as someone that just got, we just bought another place on the MLS, just for one of our portfolio things. We get discounts. We got off the original listing price. We got, I think, 150 grand off of it.
But we had to wait quite a bit.
I had to wait. I had to negotiate all this stuff. So let me tell you my rule. At freewholesaling.com, on the advanced topics, there's an MLS wholesaling course. The clear answer here is you cannot get a contract unless it's a 25% discount off of the price. So you have to multiply the listing price by 75%, and that is the most you can ever offer. There is something we call the FOMO, fear of missing out. Mm-hmm. It's called cash buyer FOMO, Zillow for sale by owners and MLS properties. When I go to a cash buyer, Angela, this is what your cash buyer said. He sees the property and he says, you got a 6.8% discount. Angela, I could do that. That's what they say to themselves. I can go up and just offer 6% discount.
She was right on her first intuition.
No, but here's the thing. The cash buyer paid you on that first deal because you brought such a good deal. The cash buyer's like, I couldn't even do that myself.
Yeah.
When you get a deal so good that the cash buyer can't even do it themselves, then they'll pay you the assignment. The secret number on the MLS I figured out was 25%. You're at 6.8. That's the honest truth. Yeah. The FOMO gets kicked in when it's 20%. The cash buyer feels like they can just offer it with a realtor themselves. But at 25% and below, they're like, ooh, that's a good deal. So that's why we had it at freewholesaling.com. That's why it's there. I don't do it for my health. I do it to show you the people that actually do deals on the MLS and people that don't. That's what it's at.
And you're never going to get past the listing price because the realtors, they can't take it down. They have rules they have to follow. And that's one of the real negatives. So you have to show a substantial discount below it because not only you got to pay the realtor game, you got to pay the psychological warfare with the cash buyer. Right. So you're learning. We're just telling you the truth because
and that's
if I was telling the course, I could BS you and go, don't worry, it's going to work out. It's a lie. I would either get out of the contract or try to renegotiate it because if you shot that 280, they go, oh, no. I'd say, well, listen, okay, well, best of luck. Let me know if anything changes. I'll keep an eye on it. And then you got to let the market do its work, and the market will do some of the work for you. And then it gives you leverage when you call them back for the property still sitting out there. They've reduced the price. So a lot of MLS guys, there's a huge waiting game.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Like we'll list a property wholesale or whatever, put it on the market like 250, and that day, I guarantee you, I get 5 contracts for like 180 because somebody taught them a course. It's the exact same language in every contract, and they're just looking for an idiot. When you go to MLS, it's hard to find idiots. It's just the truth because it's only price sensitive. And so there's always a set amount, always make an offer the first day. You don't want to be that person. I'm just telling you, you got to just wait. So it's weighted. Let the market's doing the damage. The realtor has to communicate to that seller, go, listen, we're going to have to make a massive price change to make this even work and go from there. So many of us, I don't know where that 480 number came from, but obviously if it was even close to worth that, it would have already sold on the market for that price. So now that you know the end buyers go, it's not even worth $399. You've got I don't think you were far off. I don't know what the number is going to be. There's so many obstacles with MLS. I'm not saying you guys can't do it, but there's challenges. So me and Zach kind of came up with this rule on if you're going to fish for online on market properties to use this rule, because the thing is, you got to reach out to a lot of people.
On top of that too, that rule is a minimum. Don't expect to get a deal unless you put 100 or 200 offers out there.
Yeah, it's a numbers game. So the numbers game is even more important on the market properties, because the emotional response is kind of removed with the realtor, and the realtor is there to not let the seller make an emotional decision. So I've met realtors that have held out 6 months for a seller that wants to sell it instantly. But remember, the realtor is supposed to be their counsel. They're supposed to do a fiduciary responsibility, and it's hard for us wholesalers to bypass that. That's why I'm not the biggest fan. So make sure you correct your course now, because I don't want you to get caught in a contract you can't fulfill.
Yeah, I have my walkaway date is April 2nd. So I have that highlighted on my calendar so that I know when to walk away if I can't get it sold. And I don't do MLS. I don't even look at MLS ones. I listened to your videos, but I'm not gonna lie, I listened to those ones quickly because I wasn't gonna do MLS. And then this one here, I don't know.
So go back to that cash buyer and just say, listen, you know that property I talked about it? What's the best offer you can make on that? And use that kind of as your first data point to see where you're even like at.
I did do that, and he said, let me pull that up.
Remember, cash buyers, 325. That's actually pretty dang good.
Yeah,
325. Let's get that discount off of 397.
Well, I don't believe what every cash buyer says, but
but he was looking for about 18.1, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So 25 is actually generally okay. And remember, here's the thing on top of this. Here's the cool part. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
If you got it for 0.25 of it, so 0.75 of 397, you sold it for 325. That would net you 27 grand if you followed my rule.
Right.
And so
that's the challenge with all market properties. It's not going to go away, and you're always going to have to do it. The biggest challenge is I don't know how that 480 number came in there. You're going to kind of have to look at that, because I would look at like 3 comping services real quickly.
Yeah.
And come up with a number. And usually I throw the highest one out.
That's what I did. I used PropStream, and I took 3 houses that sold in the last 60 days in that neighborhood. And that's where I came up with the
free market.
The free market is going to be, so if a property sat on the market 90 days and it's $399, nobody made the offer, that the 480 is out the window. Like it's not even, it's somebody messed up. Now, a lot of times it's just the seller being cuckoo. Sometimes it's the realtor being crazy, and you put those two together. These things, this is why you see properties sit on the market for a year plus. And I avoid those people like the plague, because no matter what price, you struggle with them. So this is the downfall of all market, guys. And then even when you get a good price, if it's close to what somebody put on a FSBO, you're like, and then all your cash buyers look it up. You and me can't remove that. You can ask, but it usually makes your deal real squirrely, because you make the seller uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
Right. And I am using your mailer. I got my first call back from a mailer.
All right.
I've watched your course, Rick, with the mailers. I love it. I financially can't do it quite yet. I'm waiting for the next sale, and then I'm going to jump on it. So I used Zach's wording, and I do probates with the mailers. I got my first call. It was a no, but I got my first call, so I'm really excited about it. Somebody actually looked at what I mailed them.
And Angela, what's the secret to probates? What do I say?
I'm on the spot.
There's the big secret. I'm telling you, it's the number one thing. And if you figure this out, you'll do very well with them.
I don't remember.
Just keep doing it. It's not a quick hit, one hit wonder type of deal. It's if I can pick you up 1 or 2 extra deals a year that get 2 to 3 times the normal profit, and you don't go broke doing it, do it. Most people quit after 90 days. So like, I didn't get the results I was promised. I'm like, there's no promise in probate. Just keep doing it. Because all your competitors will try it 30 days and they'll quit. And they'll quit. And everybody keeps quitting. And if you stay there the longest, eventually you get the call and they go, listen, I need to get rid of this house. Are you not going to beat me up about it? And then I teach you how to listen, and you listen to people's needs and you solve a problem. They're amazing deals when you get them. And they're excellent for people that are new to this business, because you get a house that needs help, that's usually vacant, that has a flexible closing date. It's like the ultimate dream for a wholesaler. So just be consistent and keep doing it. It's not sexy, but it works.
I will. I take your guys' word for gold. I just started the mailers 2 weeks ago, and my goal, and I've hit my goal. I mail out 10 every day. That's I have my schedule, like what you're saying, set a schedule for yourself. And then I do my cold calling, and I do I have just this week, today's what, Thursday. I have, other than the one that I have under contract, I have 12 other offers out right now. This week.
I like it.
Yeah.
She's taking action.
Just keep doing it. You're learning, Angela, as you go. So you've learned a valuable lesson with on market, and you won't make that mistake again, but it's okay. It's just, I tell people, get a couple deals under your belt, do the off market thing. It is more work up front, but boy, when you get it, it's smooth. And if you do on market, it seems super easy. That's why people sell courses on it, and it's brutally hard on the back. So take it for a grain of salt.
These are all my notes on all of the ones I have offers on right now. So I'm super excited. I know it will work. I know I'm going to make mistakes, and that's why I'm on here with you to ask those questions. Fingers crossed I can still get this one done. I have a guy that buys and holds and rents, and so if I
would still ask for a discount regardless, because I think they're like, the reality is, think about this, 6% discount. The only thing they're saving with you is, well, they still got to pay a realtor anyways, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I'm telling you, follow the rules.
How do I go about that? This will be a new thing for me. So I just call the realtor and say, hey, by the way, I was an idiot, and I agreed to your offer, because I originally offered to 280.
Yeah.
Which was your guys's, you take the ARV and then subtract.
About right.
I just say, listen, I got to go back to like my original offer. I kind of ran the numbers, and the fact that this thing's sitting on the market so long. So you got one or two strategies. This is difficult because you went from a low number and you jumped to a high number. So the psychological game's over.
Right.
You got one or two ways. You can just call up and do, where do I send the cancellation of contract, and be quiet and look for a counter response. Why you do that? Because you change the psychological warfare of it. If you go in and say, listen, I need a discount because of this, this, and this, it's going to be hard.
Right.
Remember, you're not talking to the homeowner, you're talking to the realtor. So you're just, the person better than we do. If you do that, hey, where do I send the cancellation over? And if you hear the panic in the realtor's voice, that is your opportunity to ask for the discount. But saying, I need a discount right off the bat, like, wait a minute, we have a contract. It's like, it's a tough one. And that's when you go from 280 up to like 375, they think you can pay 375. So it's going to be a tough walk down. But what's the worst case scenario? You do that, or you just cancel the contract and move on. Just don't wait till the last day.
Okay.
Yep. You got it. You're learning. It's your journey. This is how you learn wholesaling. Like everybody thinks you pull up to your driveway and there's a duplex sitting there. It doesn't work that way.
No, and I appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing.
Now, you just keep doing what you're doing. You just take a massive amount of action. As long as you keep moving forward, you're going to have some setbacks. It's uncomfortable winding contracts, but the flip side is being held legally responsible for a contract, which I don't want you to do. For a property that's not even selling on MLS.
Yeah.
You got it. Get it.